2 days after first order, Arvind Kejriwal has issued his second order from inside the Enforcement Directorate. The Chief Minister's fresh direction, shared by Delhi Minister Saurabh Bharadwaj, was to ensure the availability of free medicines and pathological tests at government-run Mohalla clinics. Mr. Bharadwaj said that the Chief Minister wants to ensure that no Delhi resident faces any inconvenience because he is in jail. Earlier, Delhi Minister Atishi had shared the Chief Minister's first direction from inside the lockup. Ms. Atishi had said Mr. Kejriwal asked to ensure adequate water supply to the areas facing a shortage and to tackle sewer problems. Meanwhile, BJP has slammed Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal for issuing his orders from the Enforcement Directorate, saying he does not want to leave the post because of his insecurity. We'll talk about this with our guest. Joining us on the show at this point in time is Mr. Xavier Rodriguez, BJP leader. We are also joined by Sulaiman Mohammad Khan, Congress spokesperson on the program, Mr. Deshratan Nigam, political analyst with us on the show as well, Dr. Syed Asad Abbas, senior political analyst with us on the show as well. We have Advocate Anmol Pawar, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, joining us on the show to talk more about this as well. Dr. Abbas, I'll begin with you. Dr. Abbas, are you there with us?
Yes, of course.
Dr. Abbas, what do you make of the situation that the Delhi government finds itself in? Firstly, Arvind Kejriwal is in jail. Do you agree, do you concur that he's incapacitated as a chief minister and fulfilling his duties towards the people of Delhi who have duly elected him? And secondly, is this model of a chief minister being in the Havalat and running the national territory feasible and sustainable?
Well, firstly, this shows the concern that Arvind Kejriwal ji has for the people of Delhi. This shows how responsible he is as chief minister. Also, as a matter of fact, whether this is legal or not or so on and so forth, this will be decided by the High Court or the Supreme Court. If the Bharatiya Janata Party or any of the political parties have a problem with it, let them go to the courts. As for now, Shri Arvind Kejriwal ji, with respect to the water issues in Delhi, first order he directed towards the water tankers, so that there is no scarcity in the capital. Also, as a matter of fact, the second order that he's raised is for the pathological tests, for the free medicines and so on and so forth. Arvind Kejriwal ji is seen as a Delhi ka beta, and as a rightful son, he's doing the best possible. It shows on the ground as well how people are hurt. They are disappointed with the tactics of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Also, we need to understand, that this is a chief minister who's running not just one state, but also two states, with Bhagwant Mann as the chief minister in Punjab, here in Delhi. This man is running from pillar to post, length and breadth, to provide the best of welfare schemes, facilities to this beautiful state of Delhi. We also need to understand how the Bharatiya Janata Party over the course of time has used CBI DIT. But nothing happens if you join them. For instance, Ajit Pawar faction, no case updates on them. Himanta Biswa Sarma, Suvendu Adhikari, Eknath Shinde's camp, nothing on them. We don't hear anymore. All you need to do is join the Bharatiya Janata Party, and lo and behold, all your cases will be shut down, silenced, or there will be no action on those. They will be put in the cold freezer.
But Dr. Abbas, shutting a case is no party's prerogative. It's the courts.
No, Vineet Saab, the Enforcement Directorate stops taking actions against them. There are no updates on the action of Himanta Biswa Sarma, Suvendu Adhikari or Ajit Pawar, who was called...
Okay. Let Mr. Nigam respond to that. Let Mr. Nigam respond to that. We have a packed house. You will get an opportunity to speak again. I'll come back to you. Mr. Nigam, how do you respond to that? He's again referred to people joining the Bharatiya Janata Party in not as many words as a washing machine.
Vineet, let me tell you one thing. If he was a lawyer, I could have, had a real arguments with him. But since he is not a lawyer, I can, excuse the legal ignorance that he has.
No, a lawyer does not give you a threshold, sir.
With great respect, don't interrupt, please. I request you not
let
to.
Let him hear you out. Dr. Abbas, don't take it personally. Dr. Abbas, don't take it personally. Dr. Abbas, don't take it personally. Let him respond. You know I am a fair anchor. I will come to you. You will get an opportunity to respond to whatever he's saying. Mr. Nigam, go on.
And the fact is, once a matter goes to the court, It is the courts, as you rightly pointed out, they control the process. If suppose investigative agencies are not working, courts can take them for a haul and really give them directions. Now, if there are nothing in the newspaper, you must ask media why, because the normal process is going on in the courts. And if investigative agencies try to delay, anybody can approach and file an application. And if the EDs and others are not filing cases under 156(3) of the CRPC, go to the court, file a complaint, FIR can be registered. These are all available to the common citizens and politicians with great lawyers in the opposition, where from Abhishek Manu Singhvi to the greatest trial lawyers like Ramesh Gupta and all, you all have available with you. So why don't you take all those steps? But they will not. Please understand that. Secondly, let me also point out the orders which are coming, as you everybody is calling them orders. They are not orders, they are requests. Please understand that there's a difference. He has no portfolio. He cannot sign order on those particular subjects. So he's requesting his ministers, the two ministers that he has requested, which means the ministers are not working. Clearly establishes that they are not working and the people are facing problem. These problems which he is highlighting, he had already highlighted when he was free, roaming free. And Delhi was already facing shortages, water problem, shortages, high water bills, high electricity bills which were coming. And the Mohalla clinics, 1 or 2, 3 Mohalla clinics are working very fine. Rest of them, enough reports are there on the media.
Okay.
The school model, the dropout rate from 9th to 12th is about 50%. So this is the model that we have, and all these problems already existed at that point of time. And this is the data which is available. I'm not giving raw data. And the new scams which is coming up, I'll tell you one more scam which is about to come. The Delhi school rooms renovation, staff room renovation scam, that is also about to come. And Delhi Jal Board scam, which I highlighted 3-4 years back, 52,000 crore scam, which in order to preempt it, Mr. Kejriwal directed for audit, for which 10 years audit was not done. So please remember, there are very serious issues and problems. The war on, please don't divert it. The war on corruption must go on. There has to be zero tolerance for corruption. Can anybody on this panel deny that there should be a zero tolerance on corruption?
Okay, let's hear it from Suleiman Mohammed Khan, Congress spokesperson, who also joins us. Suleiman, are you there with us? Okay. Mr. Anmol Panwar, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, also with us on the show. Anmol, thank you for speaking with us. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Well, this is a fight against corruption. This is not a fight against the Aam Aadmi Party. Whatever is happening to Aam Aadmi Party, its Chief Minister, its Deputy Chief Minister and some of the other people who find themselves behind lockup is procedural. It is not political vendetta. But in the face of all of this, what happens to the common Delhiite? They're without a Chief Minister who's working out of Tihar jail or the ED jail at this point in time. Is it fair to them? Should Mr. Kejriwal resign?
So first of all, I do not agree with the fact that this is not political vendetta. Mr. Nigam would agree with me that there are a number of leaders whom the Prime Minister Modi used to label as corrupt. Be it Himanta Biswa Sarma, be it Ajit Pawar, be it Suvendu Adhikari, be it Narayan Rane, be it Ashok Chavan. Why is it that after 2014, only the opposition leaders have been targeted? It is because they want to create a non-level playing field. Why don't they comment? Why don't they ask the Enforcement Directorate, which is working at their behest today, all the law enforcement agencies, including the CBI, to take action against those corrupt individuals? Why is it that just before the elections, the ones who are posing a serious threat to their electoral dominance are being targeted and framed in a false and fabricated case, in which the same Enforcement Directorate, 4 days before, stated before the Honorable Delhi High Court that he is not an accused? This clearly indicates the vendetta politics of the ruling government, because they are afraid of losing elections this time. As far as Delhi is concerned, they were forced to change their 6 sitting MPs because they knew that they have not worked for the people. And on the other side, they have Kejriwal model of governance, in which each and every individual have benefited in some or the other way.
Okay, Suleiman Mohammed Khan of the Congress Party is also here with us. Suleiman, appreciate you joining us. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
All right, what do you make of this situation, this impasse that the Aam Aadmi Party is going through? The Congress also has come out in support of the Aam Aadmi Party. They feel what's happening to them is unjust. But the question is, Suleiman, how just is it for the people of Delhi who have chosen Mr. Arvind Kejriwal as their chief minister? Can he continue to do his job from jail? And if not, what is the alternative that should be put forth?
What should any elected chief minister do? He's been elected by the people of Delhi. Now, if a false case or a witch hunt or the ruling BJP government is hell-bent to arrest opposition leaders and chief ministers and MPs, and then there is a perception being made that people of Delhi or any state are suffering, then I think it's completely fabricated. He has said, I have read in the newspaper and on the social media as well, he has said that I will not resign and I'll try to run Delhi from inside the prison and I'll try to communicate. Now, in this way, what BJP is doing, try to understand. You arrest the chief minister, make him to resign. And if you don't resign, then you say that, see, the people of Delhi are suffering. Now, what the BJP is doing is using investigating agencies like ED, CBI, income tax, etc., everyone unleashed on the opposition. False cases, gross unconstitutional use of PMLA Act. We have never seen this before. I was not born at that time during the emergency period, but we have all read about it, heard about it, that there was emergency, there was a time of Indira Gandhi, and excesses have been done. And yes, there has been a time, but we are right now living in an undeclared emergency. No, the electoral bond scam is enough to expose the corruption of this Modi government, BJP government. And people have to answer. I think the opposition India Alliance should not seek vote in this election. People should themselves vote them out. This incumbent, corrupt and unconstitutional government. They have to be voted out.
Okay. Savio, how do you respond to what Suleiman Mohammed Khan has said, that the BJP is using these institutions to, basically shut up their opponents? It's not the charge that you have heard for the first time, but the bigger question is, in this back and forth between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, how is the Delhiite suffering?
Okay, so I'm going to respond to each of them, and I hope they have the patience to listen to me. The first response, of course, will go to the Congress spokesperson, Mr. Khan, I believe his name is. Mr. Khan, on 3rd June 2022, there was a letter from the Delhi Pradesh Congress that was sent to Rakesh Asthana, the commissioner of the Delhi police at that point of time.
We have also complained for affairs.
What
Why
the
don't you
contents
investigate
of that
affairs?
letter?
I know what will you say. We have written a complaint for affairs as well.
Letter, sir?
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Suleiman, let him finish. Suleiman, let him finish. Nobody interrupted you.
I just want to say, have you started an investigation on Japan?
Okay, Suleiman, allow him to speak, right? Allow him to speak. Suleiman, allow him to speak. Allow him to speak. Allow him to speak.
I'm not even finished. Okay, let me go to the next point. So obviously this guy is rattled when I asked of the letter of 3rd June 2022 or letter of the Delhi Pradesh to Rakesh.
Just stop. I am not rattled.
Oh, keep quiet. Keep quiet, brother. Keep quiet.
No, I am not your
we
brother.
Know you. We know your
You
kind.
are not here to patronage
we know
me.
your kind.
No, patronize me.
Kejriwal.
Electoral bond
face of anti-corruption is the face of corruption. Anyway,
Suleiman and Savio, 1 second. Suleiman, I'll give you an opportunity, I promise you, to respond to him. Let him finish. Let him make his point.
I don't know why he's rattled. It's a very simple letter.
Okay, all right. Go on with your point, Savio. Savio, go on with your point. Savio, finish your point. Savio, finish your point.
The second most important point is
Suleiman, I requested you. The next thing I'm going to do is get the faders down. Suleiman, I'm requesting you. The next thing I'm going to do is get the faders down. All right, let him finish. Savio, finish.
Submission to the court said 45 crores was sent via the Hawala route for Goa election. So I want to ask the Aam Aadmi Party, which is what they are claiming to be absolutely clean. Can you please tell me 12 crores came from Ashok Chandubai of Ashil Corporation. 7.1 crore came from Devang Solanki of KS Enterprise. 16 crore came
How much
from
you take from Reddy, the main accused in electoral bonds
7.5 crore
corruption?
came from
The
these
same
guns,
accused.
and 2 crore came from Ma Ambe. Now, can you please tell me?
Oh, the
Why
main
is that
accused
money
Reddy has
came
given
in
you
cash and why
money,
Aap
bribe
Bank
in electoral
have
bonds.
told the
The
Aam
main
Aadmi
accused in
Party
this case.
that
Okay.
they received cash
Oh,
to
shameless
fight the
people.
election?
Such
Can
a
you please
shameless
tell me?
man.
Now that's point number 2. Point number 3, the most important one. They seem to be rattled and I'm having a great time.
Don't spit on the
Great
screen.
time, Mr.
Don't
Khan.
spit
Thank
on the
you.
screen.
Because you're
What
proving my
happened to
point.
no?
You're
What
proving
happened
my
to this
point.
Reddy?
You're
Don't spit
proving
on the
my
screen.
point.
Don't spit on the
Arvind
screen.
Okay, Suleiman, you let him finish. Let him finish. I'll come to you right after him. Suleiman. I'll come to you right after him. Okay? Savio, finish your points.
That Congress supports corrupt. Please go back to your letter of 3rd June 2022, Mr. Khan. And please
Okay,
tell the
you've
people
made your
of
point.
India
Let me hear out Suleiman. He's very eager to respond to you. Suleiman, I'll give you half a minute, please. Suleiman, go on.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
30
Suleiman,
seconds.
go on.
Two things, two important things. One, we have also complained about Rafale. Why didn't they order investigation Rafale? Second, the main accused in this case has given an electoral bond of 5 crore to you, to BJP. They have given an electoral bond of 5 crore to you, the Bharatiya Janata Party. So you have to at least have been, that much of shame you should have.
Okay. All right. Mr. Nigam, how do you respond to Suleiman Mohammed Khan's accusations? And of course, the accusation against Arvind Kejriwal, Mr. Nigam, has also been that he's too greedy. He doesn't want to leave the chair. But here is a chief minister who has voluntarily resigned in the past as well.
Oh, well, we have seen under what circumstances that voluntary resignation was there earlier in the first term when he had come. So therefore, that those were political expediencies. Now, let me tell you, most of the cases against Indic alliances on the complaints of each other. And the Congress has clearly taken a credit by doing so many press conferences with Supriya
Well, they keep
Shule.
bringing up the electoral bonds. How are you going to dodge that?
Let me answer that. Electoral bond has, as long as it existed, it was constitutional and under which all parties have benefited. If Congress thought it was a scam right from the day one, they should have rejected the scheme, not accepted a single penny under it. Very simple. But they did participate in it. Now it has been declared unconstitutional, like many other laws, the Supreme Court declares it. But however, during the pendency of the scheme, when the law has been duly made by the parliament, it remains constitutional, valid and legal under the law. Subsequently, it has been by Supreme Court thinks it is unconstitutional. Everybody has to follow it. Everybody has benefited from it, some more, some less. So Congress clearly means, and the TMC and everybody seems to have participated in this scam, knowing it fully well that it was a scam, and benefited the money, is utilized the money and cashed the bonds also. Why did they do that? If it was a scam, as a lawyer, let me tell you, we don't call such things as a scam. Only the policy has been declared as unconstitutional.
Okay.
Even the Supreme Court said that this is not the only way to clean up the black money. There could be other ways. So Supreme Court also mentioned it in the fact. And secondly, let me also point out, today ED and CBI are working under the Election Commission of India and under nobody else. Once the Model Code of Conduct comes, the entire administration, even transfers, are done by this Election Commission of India. In UP, they changed 2 or 3 administrators at the top level. So all over India, they have the power to transfer people, and the agencies will work under the mandate they have under the law. So people are trying to deflect level playing field. This is a word that has come up. So everybody is trying to use level playing field. Please understand, EDs will function whether I like it or you don't like it.
Okay.
The fact remains they have to function. If they don't, you will yourself approach, or I will approach to the court to allow them to function, and courts will give direction if they don't function. Please understand, they work, and the timelines are decided by law. That if once
So what you're saying, sir, is that the ED is autonomous.
The ED functions under an autonomous manner, and the fact remains that
Okay.
Can anybody deny corruption?
Okay. Advocate Pawar wants to respond to you. Advocate Pawar, go on.
So I would like to respond to Mr. Savio. He said that an allegation of 45 crores has been leveled. Mr. Savio, you must read the judgment, the order passed by Honorable Supreme Court dated 30th October 2023. It clearly says on para 12 that the assertion in the complaint with DOE that a kickback of 100 crore was actually paid is a matter of debate. And the assertion that a portion of it, 45 crores, has been received, it has neither been established nor it has been proved. In fact, the court also said that the charge that the appellant Manish Sisodia is vicariously liable in terms of Section 70 cannot be alleged, and it has not even been argued. The second point, one of the prime accused, the so-called alleged kingpin of this liquor scam, the ED itself said is P. Sharad Reddy. On 9th of November, he was called for questioning. On 10th of November, he was arrested because he refused to sign the pre-dictated statements passed by the Enforcement Directorate. After 5 days, he purchased electoral bonds worth 5 crore rupees, which were donated to Bharatiya Janata Party. He applied for bail on 10th of January, which was rejected. And he informed the Honorable Court at Rouse Avenue that he was forced, he was threatened and coerced into signing a document which said that Mr. Kejriwal is involved in this so-called liquor scam. Because he refused, that's why he was denied bail. In May 2023, he was given bail. In May 2023.
Okay. I want Dr. Abbas to come in right now. Dr. Abbas, how convenient is this? You know, the Congress party in the past has accused the Aam Aadmi Party of corruption, and now when action has been initiated by agencies, Enforcement Directorate, they're crying foul. What does that tell you?
Well, firstly, I think, I was supposed to rebut to Mr. Deshratan Nigam.
Go ahead, you can do that. You can do that right now. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you
So
very much.
please allow me to complete.
One second. I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Go ahead.
He made a point that since I'm not a lawyer...
Sir, but you must allow me to complete.
I will come to you. I'll come to you, sir. Just give me a minute. I'll come to you.
So what's
Deshratan Nigam Saab, one of my favorite panelists, said that since I'm not a lawyer, he will let go of my legal ignorances. You know, I see a certain level of duplicity and hypocrisy here. In his opening statement and submission, he said anything but legal. And he made a very duplicitous argument, which was that we must all have zero tolerance for corruption. Very conveniently, sir, you do not speak of Sharat Chandra Reddy of Aurobindo Pharma, several crores given in electoral bonds. Whereas he's the one found to be an alleged criminal of the South Lobby superstar. Well, you'd say nothing on that. Where is your zero tolerance for corruption, sir? Gone with the wind? Or like your legal ignorance? Gali Janardhan Reddy joins Bharatiya Janata Party. The same Gali Janardhan Reddy, 70,000 crore scam from my state of Karnataka, mining scam. The same guy who was ousted out. Now, since BJP is rattled, you take the same guy, 70,000 crore corruption. Now, Deshratan Nigam Saab, where is your zero tolerance policy for corruption? Hum karen to, war aap karen to. Pyar, ye kaisa atyachar bhai saab? Aur dekhiye, ye Vineet Sahab ka show hai. Where is the fair anchor? It's not like those other Godi media channel where we can say anything. We get equal opportunity here. Be it a lawyer, engineer, doctor, or any profession, sir. We are liable to our respective arguments. And like you said, legal ignorance, sir. You might be very high-level lawyer or you might have all the legal expertise. But here, sir, I have exposed your duplicity and hypocrisy.
Okay, I would want Dr. Mr. Nigam to respond, but before I want Advocate Anmol to finish his point. Advocate Anmol, go ahead. Advocate Anmol?
So this same P. Sharad Reddy, he applied for bail in May 2023. The same Enforcement Directorate who said that he is the alleged kingpin in the so-called liquor scam did not even object to the bail application. And the ground on which he was granted bail is that he has a back pain. On 2nd June 2023, he turned into an approver, and on 8th of November 2023, he further gave 55 crore rupees to Bharatiya Janata Party. Now it is for Mr. Savio to answer, why did you take 60 crore rupees from the alleged kingpin of a liquor scam? And the other person, Maguntha Reddy, on 16/9/2022, he gave a statement to Enforcement Directorate.
Yeah.
On 27/7/2023, till that time, he categorically said that he have never met Mr. Kejriwal.
Okay.
And he was also granted bail on the same ground. and now he's contesting from TDP, which is one of the alliance partner of NDA. And
Understood.
Mr. Modi will go and campaign for the second alleged kingpin of the liquor scam. Now
Okay,
you must
all right. Okay, you've
answer
made
the
your
people of
point.
this country.
We have a paucity of time as well. Mr. Nigam, first up, respond to what Dr. Abbas said.
One thing, if there is a doctor and I start giving medical advice, then certainly I would be called medically ignorant. That was my short point. And I am a lawyer, so he was speaking legally. So I said, not to disrespect him, but the fact was. However, if you recall, the 3 judges bench order of the Supreme Court, where they clearly said while denying bail to Mr. Manish Sisodia, the money trail of 338 crores, please look into that judgment, that specific denial. The prima facie, nobody is talking about final conclusion because the case is going on. The prima facie conclusion of the Supreme Courts are very dangerous for Aam Aadmi Party, serious, and especially if a person becomes an approver, a bribe giver becomes an approver, it becomes far more dangerous, and probably you will come to see 1 or 2 people becoming approver more. And secondly, approver, it is not the BJP who makes the approver, it's the court which makes a person approver. There is an application, they look into all the facts and circumstances, then they pass order.
Can I butt that for 10 seconds?
No, one second. I need to get a response from Savio as well. He's taken some flack from Anmol. Savio?
The interesting bit about what Anmol is saying is that he's exactly what Deshridham Nigam's pointed out. The word used by the Supreme Court is that tentatively established in the case a money trail of 338 crores. So Deshridham Nigam has already said that the case is still going on. But what I want to ask before I answer the question on the electoral bonds, can you please tell me what was R. Kantilal doing when the IT raided him in Goa, and he has confessed to the IT department and CBI also inquiring the money that was found, about 45 crores, because he's an Angadia operator that deals in Hawala money. The same 45 crores.
Okay, all right. Savio, unfortunately, we've run out of time. We've run out of time, Savio. I appreciate everyone joining us and filling in.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.